Okay. Sorry about that. Had some problems with phone. See if we can get the boob back. He's still going out the note. He's not grasping the fact that I and Daryl left first before choosing to be with whoever that lady's name was. Let's call her Margaret, because that's how much I care about this character. We're going to call her Margaret. So anyway, we're talking about the Talking Dead, Walking Dead. After waiting that long,
that would be the note that Carol found.
He's still going on about the note. We are having a discussion where he didn't hear the original question. The original question, and not even a question, it was a thing. She gave Daryl the choice: stay with her or leave. He chose to leave, and this is where Dave the Boob, the wrestler dude, wrestler pops, lucha dad, whoever he is today, is getting fucking confused. I said he left, was going back to Alexandria, and then went, you know what? This chick's willing to fuck me, so I'm going back there. He went back. She was already gone. And then he left the note. The key here is he left. He chose Alexandria. And that's what my original thing was, because Daryl hasn't been laid in however long. This is what, 10 seasons? So 10 years. Daryl has not gotten laid. So my point was being he needed to stay where he needed to be laid, but he didn't. He chose to leave. After he thought about it, he went back. That's the point I'm trying to make. The Boob, Lucha Dad, Lucha Pops, Wrestle Pops, Dave, Boob, whatever, is saying, well, he left a note, blah, blah. I get it, but he chose Alexandria first. And that's what the original assessment by me was, that Daryl, after 10 years of not being laid, should stay where the pussy is. Just saying. And he left. After thinking about it long and hard, not hard, he went back and then left a note. Now he's going on about how Daryl found. I understand. I don't have dementia. He says I argue. Well, when I'm right, you're right. I argue. Because I don't like people telling me I'm wrong when I'm right. What I am saying, I said, he left first. He didn't go. When she went, I give you the choice. You can stay or you leave. Get the fuck out. He chose to get the fuck out. That's the end of the discussion right there, because that's the point I was trying to make. He chose Alexandria over the girl. Smart Daryl. Women are nothing but trouble. Just kidding. Not really. And that was the point. He's going on about some fucking note. I'm aware he left a fucking note. But he went back to leave that note after he chose to leave. That's the point. That's the end of the discussion. Because he left first. And I still stand by the fact that women got to stop writing for this fucking show, because it's turning into a fucking soap opera. All yesterday's show was about was Daryl got laid 5 years ago. and how he found a dog. There's a lot of stuff I'm wondering about what's going on in the show right now. There's a lot of stuff I'm worried about and wondering about. The fact that when Daryl separated from the group, was my brain thinking, did Daryl get laid while he was gone? Not even on the list of things I want to ask about. The dog. Where did he get the dog? It's a fucking dog. Dogs wander around all over. I find strays all the time. I don't ask where it came from. I don't ask for its backstory. So, and the point I'm trying to make, and we'll get on the Maggie thing, evidently he's not coming back, so I'll just keep going. I'll get on the Maggie story too. Again, from last week. And this is from a fan of the show, big fan. After the long wait that we had to wait for to get the show back and running up again and get the new episodes to finish season 10 or 9 or whatever. I'm so confused. I don't know if this is 9.5 and 10.25. I don't know. But anyway, we waited this long. I know it wasn't their fault with the pandemic, blah, 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 blah. They have given us 2 shit shows so far. 2. The Maggie thing, again, glad she's back. Kind of. But to waste the whole show after that long, that was the first show. That was the first letdown. After that long, you think they would want to come in. I'm understanding they probably had the storyline already written out, and this was just a continuance of what happened. So we probably haven't gotten the bonus episodes yet. So these were probably supposed to be. I get that now. But you think they would have added something for that. After the long wait, this is, okay, here you go. Here's a little treat. here's a little snack to let you know how things are going to happen for the rest of the season. I mean, like I said, I get it was already written. It was probably already filmed. That part was already filmed. It was supposed to be, boom. After Maggie reads the note in the tree or under the rock or whatever, that was supposed to be the next episode. I get that. And then would have been a good time for that to happen. I've waited 6 months for the show to come back. And the 2 episodes that I've watched so far is crap. The Daryl one, I'll say the Daryl one was worse than the Maggie one. The Maggie one had some good stuff, had a guy blowing up, had stuff going on. Okay. The thing about the Maggie thing is I'm not invested in that story because I don't know who the fuck the people are that she's going after. I have no idea who they are. I know in the main group right now, because Maggie to me, and this is where we'll get a bunch of arguments, Maggie is a side story right now. She has to come back and settle in and get that dominant character again. She's not. She went away. It's been a season and a half, 19 years or whatever, as far as the time jump. Don't know what the actual time was. But she's a side story right now. The main story going on in The Walking Dead right now is Eugene, King Ezekiel, bow and arrow lesbian, and Princess with the stormtroopers. That's the main focus. Now, I get it how that probably filmed. That was probably supposed to be the season ender. Boom. Like, oh my God, who are these people? But you're going to have to wait. And I get that. But still, things are going on. And now Maggie's back, and now we're going to look for people that I have no clue. That's a side story. That's a cutaway scene. And then we slowly get it introduced into the storyline. Then it becomes a main story because shit starts happening. But she came back and like boom, okay, we're gonna go find my people. Come on. Like Daryl should have went, no, I got shit to do here. We just got done fighting like zombie mask people. You don't know what the fuck you missed. We just literally just like people are dead, man. Look at our home. It's fucking trashed. But I will say, as far as the Maggie episode and the Daryl episode was garbage. I'm sorry. I don't even get into it. He's one of my favorite characters on the show. That episode was filler. It was breadcrumbs and meatloaf. And that's my analogy. That was filler. Because I don't know anybody that was wondering what happened to Daryl while he was out there. And again, the story they're not, and they need to soon. The scars on, I don't know if Maggie has them. I know Daryl has them. I know Michonne has them, and somebody else had them with the like all the scars on the back there. So we maybe address that fucking thing. So anyway, evidently he's not coming back. I've waited. I'll text him again. But that's the thing with that. It's just like I just feel that whole Daryl thing. No. That's not even a side story. I mean, who gives a fuck where the dog came from? I mean, I really don't. It was good to say, hey, a puppy. Yay. Everything going on. Hey, there's a puppy in the world. That's cool. But to waste a whole hour show on it, no. And now, are we really concerned? Like I said, I don't know. Again, I'm calling her Margaret. I don't even know her name because I'm not. It's not a thing. It's not a thing, is what I'm saying. I tend not to get attached to new characters because I'm a creature of habit. Now, that being said, Princess, when she came on the show, Princess was like, pow, look at me. So you kind of went, oh shit. And a lot of the new characters did that. Negan made an impression on me when he first, King, Ezekiel, sorry. I almost choked on my cough drop. King Ezekiel. I mean, you're sitting there going, okay, who's this king guy? There you see a guy sitting on a throne with a fucking tiger. So you're like, hey, let's watch. I'm kind of curious about where this is going. So characters like that, where they just get at you, like how could you not want to see how this princess character is going to evolve? Wearing a big old pink Muppet jacket, fucking goggles. So that as far as, but the other new characters, bow and arrow, lesbian. See, I don't even know their names. I have to give them nicknames. So we got bow and arrow lesbian. We got lost in the dirt, deaf kid, deaf lady. And this is not. I don't know how to word this, so maybe I shouldn't because of but I've never been politically correct. All right, I'll write the reason I didn't like Fear the Walking Dead for the first couple seasons is because it was in Spanish and I had to read. And if I'm going to read about The Walking Dead, I'll buy a fucking comic book. And that's kind of how I feel about the deaf character. And I don't, again, new character. And I'm going to get one because I have to read. All right, I don't sign or I have to read a lot of it, and I don't like that. I have bad eyes. My TV is way across the fucking room. It's just a pain in the ass. I got to keep pausing the TV so I can like focus on it. It's not the deaf kid's fault. It's me. It's not the deaf. It's me. So anyway, that's the main reason why I don't like the character. But again, new character. They didn't make an impression on me. When the new characters on Fear came in, it was like, bim, you all of a sudden, you liked John Dory. You liked all the other. I still don't like Strand. I think Strand should go away. But that's Fear the Walking Dead. I don't want to keep talking about that. But I had to make the analogy because that's one of the reasons, probably the main reason, and that the acting was terrible in the first 3 seasons. But it was the reading, because everything was in Spanish, so you had to read the subtitles, and it just aggravates me. And when the new characters on The Walking Dead came, next thing you know, I'm reading again. Got a frog in my throat. Read it. And the characters are not Abraham. Okay, I'm going to I'll say that now. When Abraham came in, it was a presence. He made an impact the second he went on that screen. Negan, impact. His first few lines were just legendary. His first actions were legendary. First time we met Glenn, his first line was, "Hey, you in a tank. Hey, dumbass." We liked Glenn from the minute. We didn't even see Glenn yet. And just because of his first lines, calling Rick a dumbass, "Hey, what the fuck you doing in the tank, you fucking dipshit? Now what are you going to do? There's fucking thousands of fucking walkers around you and you go into a fucking tank? Hey, dumbass." So, unless a character does that to me, like right away, like I said, Princess, before just her first view of Princess, I knew this character was going to be legendary. She was going to be good for the show, and so on and so forth. Negan, same thing. Abraham, same thing. They just, boom, they came out. King Ezekiel with the tiger. You just all of a sudden, hey, let's see where this shit goes. Motherfucker's got a tiger. He's got a story to tell. So I'm not invested in the new characters. So like I said, I'll call her Margaret. I know her name's not Margaret. And see, this is where Sports Lucha Dad, Wrestler Pops, Dave could say, well, her name is blah, 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 blah. And there would be no argument because I would go, you know what? I can't even argue because I don't know what the fuck her name is because I literally don't fucking care. I don't give a shit what this woman's name is. And even if she does, like these, I still don't know what the time lapse is between the time he found her to where they were just in that house. I don't know what the time length was. Evidently it was 5 years ago because we did see the thing 5 years ago. Then they counted it down. So evidently we do know. I take that back. We do know that it was 5 years ago. So to me means nothing. I'm trying to, yeah, it means nothing. It means nothing to me. I don't care. Now, had she gone back to Alexandria or Daryl stayed with her and that became the Daryl story, then I would be invested in it. Daryl went back. I understand that it's because she left. He went back, blah, 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 and whatever. All I know is he's where he is right now. She's gone. Don't care. Hopefully we don't spend these last 4 episodes looking for her. Okay. And even like with Eugene was going to look for a woman too. But now he's got stormtroopers. How we are not opening up with that shit, I have no idea. I understand that was probably supposed to be the season ender. Boom. It's like, who? Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers. And I will call them stormtroopers because, well, that's what they are. They're stormtroopers. Something told them, hey, the zombie apocalypse is here. Let's go raid a Disney Star Wars store and dress up like stormtroopers. Because where else would they get matching outfits? They went to a Disney store, a Star Wars store. Unless they have an injection mold machine that they're cranking those fuckers out in a factory. That being said, that enough of that. Okay, I'm done talking. Evidently, he's not coming in. Well, let's see why he's not coming in.
I said I was eating. I said I was getting ready to eat. I have to make David's food, and then I'm going to be doing stuff. But I said that.
Yeah, he's got to make his little son food. I say that because anybody that knows Dave and David is 24, I believe. There's a situation, I get it, and I'm not going to make fun of it, but it is kind of funny when he says stuff like that. Says, gotta feed the baby. Not calling David a baby, but when he says stuff like that, that's what it sounds like. If people don't know him, they would assume that because he has to go feed his son, that his son is an infant. But his son is not an infant, and they're in a situation where it's uncomfortable for David to go produce his own nourishment. I'm making it worse by talking about it, but again, if you were to listen to what I just listened to, it was like he was talking about an infant. And David is a grown-ass man. But there is a situation where he's got scary grandparents. That's all I'm going to say. He's got scary grandparents that if I lived there, I probably wouldn't go upstairs and do anything either. I would wait for Dave to go upstairs, and I would tag along behind him like one of those little fish that follow sharks around. And then I would sneak into the kitchen, make my food, and then run back downstairs. I get it. But that's why he's not coming back on. So anyway, I said what I said. I stand by it. Hopefully next week it gets better because I want to be able to talk about shit. Right now, the only thing to talk about today was Daryl got laid. And he got a dog. Daryl got laid, and we know where he got a dog. He didn't go to a puppy mill. He just found it. Actually, the dog found him. So that being said, if I were to rate the first two episodes, yesterday's episode was a shit pile of boringness. So that would be like below 1. The Maggie episode had some Walking Dead qualities to it. It was pretty cool. Some of the stuff that was going on was kind of good. The guy who blew up, but now I want to know where he came from. So at least there's something there. And again, that character, we'll get back to characters. Don't know who this guy was who blowed his ass up, but he made an impression for that 3 minutes he was on screen. It was like, holy fuck, this big, huge Sasquatch motherfucker came out of the woods. It's throwing people around like they're rag dolls. He got shot with an arrow in the leg. Like, then he got one in the chest. Like, whatever, fuck you. And then he blew his fucking ass up. Said something weird and gibberish and then blew up. So he made an impression. He's known as blow up guy now. So, but he made an impression. See, none of the new characters, like the 3 women, the 2 women, sorry, there was 2 women and a dude. They didn't come in and, hey, how you doing? Make an impression. So right then and there, I knew they were going to fucking die. Right then and there. The guy just... And we knew right away when he started bitching that he was going to get fucking killed. And he did. And then the two women got shot. So they're like red shirts. I mean, I like to call new characters and characters that we meet along for our journey on the show. If you all are familiar, I don't know anybody that isn't familiar with the original Star Trek series. Anybody that went on the away or the landing party, because on the original it was called a landing party, not the away party. So I don't want to get those two things fucked up, and then I'll get Star Trek nerds attacking me. But on the I forgot what I called it. Search team, I think. I forget. But anyway, the beam down, they would beam down, and anyone that wasn't already associated character on the show went with the landing. The landing party, that's it, was on the landing party. You knew whatever alien monster type thing, I can't call them monster because they were aliens, but whatever was going on that planet, that motherfucker was going to die. And you think they would have, on the show, figured it out. I was like, you want me to what? No, fuck that shit. I've never been on this show before, and now I'm going on a fucking landing party? No. Fuck you. Get Spock to go. Send Scotty. Send Bones down. What the hell? Yes, that Bones was usually on a landing party. And I don't know how we're... Oh, okay, now I remember. I was wondering the segue of how I started talking about the Star Trek. It's because new characters on The Walking Dead are basically like the red-shirted people on Star Trek. Attached to them because chances are they're not going to be around long. The new characters, lesbian bow and arrow girl, those people, they were to replace. We lost some people, so we had to replace some people. So that was the replacement. It kind of didn't, as far as I'm concerned, and again, these are my thoughts and my views. If you were to look at the two cast switches, what the Fear the Walking Dead did, and what The Walking Dead did, I think Fear did a better job because that show was shit. They brought Morgan over. They brought the new people over, John Dorian, blah, 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 blah. All those new characters we like that made the show better. I started watching it again, and it became better. And I'm not afraid to admit this. There was a little time there where Fear was actually better than The Walking Dead. And right now, I feel Fear is a better show right now. Beyond Walking Dead, I have not watched, and I will not watch. I'm not, and I probably won't watch the. Supposedly, there's a Carol and Daryl spinoff. I'm probably not going to watch that as well. But as far as the cast switching, the new characters on Walking Dead came in. The new characters of Fear came in. I think Fear did a better job, and it made that show better. The new characters have not really made The Walking Dead any better. I think it made it worse. I'm not invested in these characters. They could get an arrow in the head or get eaten by a zombie, and I would not be upset whatsoever. I would just go, next. So that being said, we'll see what happens. I'm glad we got the Daryl thing out of the way. Now, next week, evidently, it's Aaron and Father Gabriel off on an adventure. And evidently, they run into a Terminator. The dude who played that Speedy Cop Terminator guy. He was also on The Sopranos. did a very good job on The Sopranos when he was on The Sopranos. He played like a degenerate gambler who lost everything to Tony and the gang. Ended up living in a store that he didn't own anymore, in a tent. And every so often, one of the fucking mobsters would just go by and kick him. So, that's that. We're done. Hopefully next time we do this, it goes a little better. I'm trying to do something right now, and it don't seem to be working. Oh, it's right there. So, we're off. I don't have a name for this yet. I'm still SPORTSROB, and I'm talking The Walking Dead. I do have an alter ego on YouTube called Robbie Zombie, so maybe I'll be Robbie Zombie which means I'll have to make another Twitch account and become Robbie Zombie for The Walking Dead. And I don't think I'm going to do that because I already have two. I have Johnny Astard and SPORTSROB in the Boob, which also turns into SPORTSROB Live when I feel like doing a loner. So, in summary, and then we're going to end this shit so I can go eat some dinner. Dave misunderstood what I was saying, and then he started arguing with me, and then I got a phone call, and I had to end it because it was my doctor, and they were calling me. I had some tests done the other day, and they were calling me for the results, so I didn't want to sit there. Oh, really? I didn't want to say my shit over the phone. I have a venereal disease. No, I don't. You got to be fucking somebody to get a venereal disease, or be a dirty motherfucker. If you catch a venereal disease from masturbating, you're a dirty motherfucker. Wash your fucking hands. So, just kidding. No, really, wash your hands, but not that. I took a spill the other day, and I fucked up my shoulder, so we had some x-rays done on that, so she gave me the results of that. I got some really bad arthritis, a bad bruise, so I tore up some shit, so they just told me to take it easy, put it in a sling. I said the regular shit. And then my blood test, I have to do annual, like every 3 months I have to do, because I'm a diabetic. I have to do blood and urine. So she was giving me the results of that, and really didn't want to do all that shit on the phone. So that being said, we will come up with a name of this segment. Because now we even got to give the Boob. The Boob has like 9. I mean, I can't say I don't have 9 older. I just mentioned Robbie Zombie, Johnny Astard, and SPORTSROB. So there's 3 personalities already. And the Boob is juggling 2 or 3 of his own. He's got the Boob. We'll start with the Boob. Then you got Lucha Dad. Then you got Wrestle Pops. Then Blame It On Me Dave. Some other dude. Papa Boner. So there's a few floating around in there. So I never know who I'm going to get. Evidently, I got fucking Wrestle Pops today because he obviously wanted to get in the ring and fucking argue. But he misunderstood what I said. He's still going on about the letter, and that wasn't what the dispute was about. And it was the same thing. I'm not going to bring this up because we still have not discussed the Maggie situation. I said, and he said, well, you said it turned her into a badass. I did say that, but that's not what the original question was. The original question from the Maggie thing was, what did Maggie do in the show and for the group to give her leader status? Because if you remember, she went to a leader. She was part of the gang, then she was a leader. Glenn, I can mention things that Glenn did that made him respected and a leader. Abraham, for the short time he was there, he did stuff. Eugene was not a leader until he did what he did with the guns and the bullets so he could beat the saviors. Sasha gave her life for the group. I'm, to this day, don't know what Maggie did. She was a pregnant woman who was being taken to Hilltop because she needed a doctor and couldn't have her baby in the woods like everybody else. And then next thing you know, she's the leader of the Hilltop, a place she wasn't even living. She just all of a sudden was the leader of the Hilltop. And now she went on the road. And not only did she go out on the road, she is now a leader of another place. So what did she do? And now, especially now, I want to know what she did, because she was an outsider to the new place, just like she was for the Hilltop. But she is now the leader of whatever new group she's with, and she became the leader of that group. So what the fuck did she do to get that? Did she have a resume? Well, you see, I started out on the farm, and then we went to the jail, and I moved up a notch. I got promoted, and then we moved to whatever else they went, where they went from there, Alexandria, and I got a big bump and a pay raise there. You don't know what I'm saying? But that he lost his fucking mind on that shit and started like sending me stuff. This is what she did to be a badass. I get it. A lot of shit has happened to her that made her a stronger person. I get that, but you know, well, she lost her loved ones. Well, so did everybody else on the show. That doesn't count. That doesn't automatically give you leader status, as far as I'm concerned, because everybody has lost somebody on the show. But then that turned into a whole thing, and now it's just like he gets on a fucking platform and then goes like, oh, you just think Rob's always right. Well, no, I was right. He met Margaret, whatever her name is. They did the deed. They got all cozy. They were playing house. Oh, let's go for a walk in the woods. Let's fish and have a montage. Then it was said, me or them. And he chose Alexandria. Don't care what Dave is saying and what he saw. I saw Daryl choose to leave and was walking back to go back to Alexandria when he went, you know what? She cooks for me. She cleans for me. I'm having regular sex. Let's see where this is going. And he went back. And she was already gone. So and this is where he is on this. Well, no, he chose her. No, after he was leaving, he chose her. After he had time to think about it, he chose her. And that's the point I was trying to make at the time of the point I was trying to make it. And he went, well, no. Whatever. Then the phone call happened. And then I got 9,000 texts and a picture of a note. Like, I don't remember there was a note. I remember there's a note. He wrote it after he left and went back. So the fact that he's remembering the note, but not the scene before the note, he's not remembering that. He says, I have to pay more attention. Well, no, evidently he has to. So anyway, it's about dinner time. I was expecting a few packages, so I'm going to go see if those are in outside my door. So this has been, I can't call it Talking Dead. I don't even think I can call it Talking Walking Dead. Discussing. This has been Discussing The Walking Dead. First 2 episodes of the extended season. First episode back for the story, and just I give that a 1 because we shouldn't have jumped right back in there. There should have been something they filmed, and then the Maggie thing. Like I said, I understand it's picking up from when the show left up before the Corona thing happened. I get it. The last episode was Maggie opening up the thing, her mailbox, evidently. Opening up her mailbox. And Jesus is dead, so is Tara, blah, 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 blah. So, that being said, it picks up. I get that. It should have been, but they should have went, you know what? It's been like almost a year since we had, let's do something else, and then we'll go right into the Maggie shit from there. But they didn't, and I'll give that a 5. But the show itself, I'll stay at 5. The first episode was a 5. The Daryl episode started out good with him and Carol, a couple of funny stuff happening there. But then it went right down to a fucking 0. It just, that whole show, it started up here and slowly went and crashed and burned. Now I'm sitting there watching it going, why am I watching a soap opera? Because that's what it felt like, a zombie apocalypse soap opera. Because there's a lot of questions I have about what's happening and what's going on in that show, but I'm not sitting there and going, gee, you know what? That whole time Daryl was away in the woods, remember when he was camping in the woods looking for Rick's body? I wonder if he got laid. That was not any part of what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking about anything, actually, when that was happening. I know what I imagined, him walking around looking for Rick. I mean, I'm glad they didn't do that. That would be pretty fucking boring. Just fucking Daryl walking down the river looking for Rick. Rick. That would have been probably just as boring as what they did. So, that being said, we're out of here. No, I'm out of here. So, see ya. This has been Discussing The Walking Dead. Oops. Okay, maybe I should come back. I didn't know there was a Giants helmet back there. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so we'll probably be next Monday, about the same time, 5:30.